Well, eight turnovers as an offense. I can't imagine you saw any of this coming today.
Yeah, no, we obviously did not, and we can't do that. It's unacceptable. You can't expect to win any game if you do that. So that's on us. That's on the whole team. It's on me. We've got to do better because you can't do that. You can't expect to win to do that. So we have to come in tomorrow. We obviously have to correct a lot of things, and we have to stay together and keep moving forward. Because if we don't stay together, it's only going to get worse.
Can you assess Jake Garcia's performance today? Came in and at the beginning of the second half, there was like a little boost there, a little spark, and then everything seemed to fall apart.
Yeah, no, Jay came in and he made some great plays. And this isn't on any one person, that's on everyone. When things weren't going well, that's on all of us. That's me included. Everyone's got to do a better job as a team. So I thought Jay came in and did some really nice things, and we have to build on that. We have to build on the positives and correct the negatives. So.
Will, it seemed like both sides of the football actually came out with a spark, especially the offense. And did you feel like coming into the game there was some confidence, and what happened to it?
Yeah, no doubt. I thought both sides, when we came in, we were ready to roll, and I thought it was evident to everyone. We were like, all right, hey, this is what we're going to do. We came in to play, and just the mistakes. We can't have those turnovers. We can't have those mistakes. So we have to build on that. Like I said, you can't expect to win a game. We're doing that.
Well, this is the second time this year where it appears that the energy just is sapped once you guys start losing. Adversity hits them. And it's just the effort appears lacking. Mario said they can obviously look at the tape to see if there's any of that. As a leader, how do you address that when you see things like that?
Yeah, I have to do a better job of leading and keeping that energy. It's obvious I'm not a huge vocal person. I'm not a rah-rah guy, but I have to do a better job to keep these guys motivated and myself. I got to do a better job just all around to help lead, help this team, and we got to stay together.
When you scored your touchdown, Will, when you scored your touchdown and you guys went ahead at that moment, what were you thinking at that moment? Were you thinking, we got this, this is all turning around? Can you talk me through that touchdown and the feeling right after?
Yeah, the energy, the momentum was on our side, I felt. There's never doubt in mind that we're going to lose the game at all. And at that moment, we were like, we're not going to lose. There's no chance. So I'm not sure what happened to that after that, but at that moment, hey, things were going good and we were ready to roll.
A couple more?
Yeah, well, after the game here, what was the coach Cristobal's tone like after? Was it really more of an angry type of tone, or trying to lift you up, or that kind of thing? Because obviously it was a tough loss. In fact, you lost by a lot and gave up a lot of turnovers.
I think it was just plain simple. It's unacceptable. Everyone's got to do a better job, and the only way that's going to improve or fix itself is if we come back in tomorrow to work and we stay together. There's really no other trick around it. We have to be better. We have to stay together, and we have to keep working. It's not some crazy, method or whatever, magic plan. It's not a pretty one. It's one that it involves a lot of work and a lot of commitment.
Did you talk to Tyler?
Yeah.
And what's just kind of his demeanor now?
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to see him, so that's the next thing I got to go do.
And similarly, like if Tyler can't play, Mario said that they'll find out more information tonight or tomorrow. But if he can't, then obviously Jake will likely step in and fill his shoes. After a game like that, especially towards the end, 4 turnovers, rough game from him, taking that into what would be his first college start. How do you guys, older guys, kind of maybe get his confidence back up and kind of build him back up to be ready to start?
It just takes work, but obviously it's not the way we wanted to go as a team at all. But we've seen exactly what he can do and how talented of a player he is, and we'll build around that because he's a great guy. He's a great worker. I mean, he's one of the hardest workers I know. So, he's a grinder. He's going to be ready to roll tomorrow. I know that for a fact. So, whatever we find out, we're rolling with whoever we got. We've got the confidence in them.
Colbie, let's talk about your touchdown catches that you had today. One in the first half.
Just great call by Coach Gaddis. We put that play in a couple days ago and worked to perfection.
Colbie, what do you think happened? How would you describe what happened out there today?
I mean, just hands off to Duke that came out and played. They played a great game. We just gotta clean some things up. Little penalties here and there, but we still have confidence in this team. We can still dominate.
When you caught the long touchdown pass right after the start of the second half from Jake, what was your thinking at that point? Do you think you guys have turned this around and this is
no, we were still, this is a good team. They're not going to just roll over. We're still in the dogfight. And I mean, Jake, hands up to Jake. He came in, stepped up, made a great play early, and just brought the energy of the team up. And fortunately, we lost that one. But
did you get a chance to talk to Tyler at all? And I guess what spirits is he in?
I haven't got to see him yet. I hope the best for him. I hope he's doing well. But we got that next guy mentality.
If Jake has to start next game or Tyler can't go, how do you get Jake's confidence up? It was a rough outing.
Yeah, Jake, I mean, he's probably going to be the first one in the film session tomorrow. I have complete confidence in Jake. He's the last one to keep his head down. He's a hard worker, he's a battler, and we're going to stand behind him. He knows we're with him, and I feel like he's going to be a great performance if he has to start next game.
Colbie, it seemed like they're, in the fourth quarter, so you guys had some turnovers just to start, and then it seemed like things were going in the right track again, and there were 4 more in the fourth quarter. Did it, as a player on offense, did it feel like that was kind of compounding? Was it a mood changing every single time, like getting more and more desperate or more and more, I guess, upset as after each turnover, in the fourth quarter there?
No, it just made us want to come out there and fight more. We wanted to score. Our defense was playing the best they could, and we just kept putting them in a hole, so we wanted just to get out that hole and get down the field and put some points on the board.
Colbie, what was the message during the game from the coaches and now, after the loss?
That this is not the same Duke as last year, This is a very well-disciplined team, and we have to come 10 times harder than we would have to do before.
And what has the accountability been like within the players after the loss?
I mean, everyone, we stand together. Nobody's fighting with each other. Nobody's separating. We all got some things to clean up, and we'll all figure it out tomorrow in film.
And Colbie, aside from, obviously the game didn't go the way you guys wanted to, you did have a very good game. What was working for you, and how have you kind of taken that next step the last couple weeks?
Just trusting the process. Coaches trusted me, and I have to trust them, and just Coach Gaddis having a great game plan, and we just execute plays. And when it comes out perfect, we work out.
Colbie, during the summer, how much of an opportunity did you have to work with both quarterbacks, Jake Garcia and Tyler Van Dyke, as well as carrying over into spring to where you're at now in terms of familiarity?
I get to work with it. I mean, it's just simple routes on the air and stuff like that. We get to they switch out quarterbacks every other day, so I was working with the 1s and 2s at the time. So I'm really familiar with Jake and Tyler. So whoever's ready to go, we're going to stand behind them. We're going to fight for our next game.
DJ, obviously, tough day for you guys. Had a few tough days this year. How do you and other leaders in the locker room and the coaching staff kind of keep everyone's heads up and keep from getting too down on yourselves?
Yeah, so honestly, I just feel like we just gotta keep pushing. Keep the team together, keep the locker room together, block out all the outside noise, and just want to know every week.
DJ, how much head scratching is going on in the locker room now after 8 turnovers?
I can't even tell you, but it probably is a lot of head scratching. We just gotta come back Monday, Tuesday, prepare hard for the next opponent and move forward. We can't just keep dwelling on this loss in this game. It's a lot of ball ahead, so just got to keep moving forward.
DJ, when your coach says that regression showed up, how do you guys go ahead and take that as a group, knowing that you worked hard to get to this point, you had some problems, and now you're trying to get back, but now you're back to regression showing up?
You just gotta, really keep moving forward. You gotta keep pushing. I mean, there's always times where you probably fall off. It's probably gonna be a little drop, but it's how you gonna climb back up to the top of the mountain.
DJ, how confident are you that the guys in that locker room are capable of turning things around and heading in a positive direction?
I'm very confident in the group that I play with. That was the case, I wouldn't be at the University of Miami. So I know the guys feel the same, and it'll happen. It'll come through for us.
How much did Coach Cristobal have to say something, and how much did you guys yourselves maybe say things to each other in the locker room afterward? After
this game, it's tough. It's tough on Coach Cristobal and what he has to say, but as a group, as a defensive group, we just know that we just got to come back to work. We just got to keep pushing. We fell short, and we just got to come back to work, keep pushing. Want to know.
How much is it I guess, sap energy from the defense when you guys have to be on the field so much. I mean, 8 turnovers. You guys were back on the field after those. You had the long drive with 18 plays, almost 10 minutes. Like, did you feel like your team's energy, the defense's energy, was coming down towards the end of the game?
No, I mean that's what we do. We play on the defensive side of the ball for games like this, for plays like this. So I don't think it was a big deal for us. It was just come out and force them a field goal, force them 3, get a turnover, force them 3 and out. So that was the main mentality for the whole game.
DJ, what's the atmosphere like now in the locker room? Very quiet? Were guys mad and talking? Were they crying? What's going on in there?
It obviously is a little quiet in there, but just got to go around and pick everybody up, make sure everyone is on one accord, make sure everyone stays together, and just tune out everything else but the guys that's in the locker room, the people that you play with, the coaches that coaches you, and we just got to move forward, keep going.
Did any of the players stand up and talk to the other players after coach talked to you?
Yeah, there was a couple guys go around and say what they got to say, but I don't want to name drop or nothing like that. But there's leaders on the team that try to pick up everyone on the team. Even out on the field during the game. So it just keep going throughout the locker room.
Did you get any sense that there was a lack of effort in the fourth quarter? Did you get any sense that some guys gave up, or that there was just a deflation toward the end of the game?
Nah. Honestly, no. I felt we continued to play hard as a defense, and we continued to push. Every time they got the ball, it was like, let's get 3 and out of a field goal. Let's not let them get in the end zone. Honestly.
DJ, you've been here for a while. Like, what do you feel is breaking down? It wasn't they had 8 turnovers, but it wasn't just the offense. I mean, you guys gave up an 18-play drive after you had the lead. You played a lot of defense. What's not happening?
I think it really just comes down to the little things. Just a missed tackle, just somebody getting out their gap. Just something little, something so simple like that. A run spit, a pass caught, a bust on the back end. So I think we clean up the little things and we just do that, and we'll be fine.